I'm delighted to welcome you to the 2020 RTPI Awards for Planning Excellence in the English Regions. These awards have now been running for over 40 years and provide that all-important opportunity to reflect, recognise and reward the achievements of planning professionals, teams and organisations at a local level. These awards enable us to celebrate the achievements of planners as they work to transform our places and spaces, support our communities, protect and enhance our environment, and help shape successful and resilient economies for future generations. This year, COVID-19 brought life as we once knew it to a halt. Lockdown meant that we lived our lives in different ways. We saw our local areas through different eyes, sometimes good, sometimes not. As planners, our initial focus was on keeping the planning system running. Our adaptability and resilience proved that we could do this. But our experiences have also made us reflect on how we need to design, build and transform our environment for the future. This Friday, I am delighted to be hosting our first ever Top of the Planning Pops, when I will be in conversation with the judges from across the regions to discuss some of this year's shining examples of planning excellence and exploring how entries in future years may reflect what we've learned. Today, however, it's our turn to celebrate the wide range of amazing projects, people and teams that have kept our judges so busy over the last few months. But before we move on, I would like to take a moment to thank all the judges for volunteering their time, their knowledge and their expertise and arriving at what I know was often a challenging task, a winner in each category. I would also like to thank the sponsors, whose support has not only enabled these awards to take place, but also to widen their reach through digital technology. This year, across the regions, we had approaching 100 entries, and from what I've been told, narrowing these down to a shortlist was quite a challenge. Before we announce the winners, it's important to mention that the regional award winners will go straight through to the shortlist for our RTPI National Awards for 2021, and the winner of the Young Planner Award will automatically be entered into the National Awards for Young Planner 2021. And looking forward, if you were unable to enter the 2020 regional contest and have been inspired by the awards, then there's plenty of time to enter the national awards. The closing date is the 14th of December. So take this opportunity to showcase your projects, teams and organisations and submit your entry. Now, to find out about the finalists in your region and most importantly, who has won an award, I am now delighted to hand over to your regional chair. Good luck to everyone.
Hello and welcome to all of our viewers for the RTPI North West Awards for Planning Excellence. My name is Kim Cooper and I am the chair of the RTPI for the North West region. It's the first time that we've hosted our awards online, and we're excited to be doing things a little bit differently, fully embracing the digital world that we now find ourselves living in. We have an exciting event ahead, where we get the chance to celebrate the successes of the people and projects that help make our region a great place to live and work. We've had a large number of entrants across 6 categories. These categories are heritage and culture, large schemes, regeneration, spatial planning, LPA Team of the Year, and of course, our Young Planner of the Year. I'd really like to send my thanks to our judges, Steve Thompson, Paul Mason, Rebecca Dewey, Peter Campbell, Louisa Fielden, Dave Jolly, and Chris Finley, who've given up a considerable amount of their time to review the awards on behalf of our region. Throughout the course of the awards ceremony, we will be guided by the wonderful Killian Garvey, who has kindly agreed to compare the event and who will be announcing all of our winners. So to kick us off, we'll hear from Steve Thompson, our lead judge, about the judging process, and then from our wonderful sponsors, WYG. So I hope you've got a cup of tea, or maybe even a preemptive glass of champagne, and are ready to join us in celebrating our wonderful region. Over to Steve.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Steve Thompson from the North West RTPI, and I've been the lead judge this year for our Planning Excellence Awards. The judging panel was made up of planners from public and private sector backgrounds, and it included a heritage specialist from the North West IHBC. All our judges are volunteers who give up all of their time free of charge, so I'd just like to say thank you to them all for helping with the very difficult task this year of sifting through all the submitted entries before choosing the winning schemes and also selecting the Young Planner of the Year. It goes without saying, really, that this year has been different than any other, and this has also meant that we as judges have had to do things a little differently. So rather than our usual site visits and meeting people face to face, we've had to do online interviews with all the applicants. But I have to say this has worked really well, and all the judges were very impressed with the way that the applicants were able to show their passion and their pride in their projects through an online process. So I'd like to say a big thank you to all the entrants for adapting to this new format so well. And finally, although this virtual judging did work really well this year, I think we all hope that next year we can get out and about, meet some of you in person and see your projects in the flesh. So thank you for taking part. Good luck to all of you, and hopefully we'll see some of you next year. So I'd just like to hand over now to our award sponsor, Peter Campbell from WYG.
Good afternoon, I'm Peter Campbell and I'm here today to welcome you on behalf of WYG as sponsor of this year's North West Awards for Planning Excellence. It's a great pleasure to be able to help introduce the awards, and I had the personal privilege of being on the judging panel this year for the first time. So I'd therefore just like to send a thank you to all of our entrants who provided us fantastic insights into their projects. As ever, the quality of the nominees across all of the awards was very high standard, and it was pleasing to see the great variety of projects that were being put forward. The Young Planner Award in particular, I thought had an extremely high calibre of entrants, which was particularly striking. And it's great to know that there's some really talented and inspiring young planners coming through. There's some exciting times ahead for WYG planning, as in the new year we're moving to a new brand as part of Tetra Tech. WYG has been sponsoring these awards now for the past 15 years or so. It's something that we really enjoy supporting. It's a terrific way to reflect on what can be achieved through excellent planning and creativity, and to take time to honour some of the success stories within our region. I'm sure you're hoping, as I am, that for 2021 we'll be able to return to the glitzy award ceremony that we normally have, and we'll be able to meet up again in person. But without further ado, I'd like to introduce Killian Garvey from King's Chambers to tell us a little bit more about this year's entries and to introduce the category winners.
Hello, my name is Killian Garvey. I'm a planning barrister at King's Chambers. I have been a friend of Bev and the RTPI for many years, so I was delighted to be asked to participate in this award show. I was asked to do this event specifically by Ian Gilbert, who works at Barton Wilmore. He was asked who sounds a bit northern and is willing to read anything we write for him. So anyway, here I am. Also, to add to a sense of occasion, I've worn a tuxedo for this event. I confess it's the only time this year I've had an excuse to wear one, so I was delighted to do so. I will be announcing 6 categories of awards and then an overall winner at the end. So without further ado, let's jump in with our first award. The first award is the RTPI North West Excellence in Heritage, Culture and Conservation category. This award goes to an outstanding conservation-led scheme. I'm happy to announce that the award goes to Stone Cross Mansion, which was entered by Charles Church, Lancashire. This scheme saw the renovation of a Gothic Grade 2 listed mansion and gatehouse into residential apartments. along with new homes nestled in the grounds. The judges were very impressed with the high quality and sensitive restoration of this historic mansion. They recognised that the volume builders responsible for the scheme needed to move out of their comfort zone to successfully develop this site. They were able to do this by working closely with the local planning authority, other agencies, and a range of specialist contractors to arrive at a sensitive scheme. In addition, the judges were also impressed by another scheme and had decided to give a commendation for excellence in heritage, culture and conservation to Ogden's Clock Tower, Liverpool. This was entered by Brock Carmichael Architecture. This is a Grade 2 listed historic structure which had been derelict for over a decade before it was painstakingly restored and converted into affordable apartments for rent. The judges were pleased to see the efforts the project team had made to retain and restore the former office building within the wider new housing development. Our second category today is the RTPI North West Excellence in Development Scheme. This award will go to an outstanding development that is at the forefront of innovation, where it has been demonstrated the developer has created an exemplary place for people to live, work, or enjoy leisure activities. The award goes to Pennington Wharf, which was submitted by Taylor Wimpey, Manchester. Pennington Wharf is a flagship development led by Taylor Wimpey in partnership with Wigan Council and Homes England, which has delivered a marina basin, a promenade, commercial and retail buildings, and 471 homes. The vision of all stakeholders was to create a development that turned a vast swathe of derelict land into a vibrant, inclusive community. Pennington Wharf is a well-connected place to live, a community enjoyed by all and for many generations to come. Judges felt the scheme demonstrated a very high standard of design and recognised the sustainable methods of construction used across the scheme. In addition, the judges were also impressed by another scheme and have decided to give a commendation for excellence in a development scheme to Northcote Park, Langho. This was submitted by Mayburn Planning and Development and Pringle Homes. Located in the heart of Lancashire, Northcote Park comprises a development of 42 bespoke, high-quality homes and a diverse mix of house types to suit a range of demographics. The judges were impressed by the design and planning-led approach to increase the density of housing on Northcote Park, including a good number of different house types showing variety and interest. There was also a commendable approach to establishing the tenure need up front with the authority. This included bungalows, both market and affordable tenures, which the council's housing officer noted were in significant demand across the authority. The third award today is the RTPI North West Excellence in Regeneration Award. The award goes to Pennington Wharf, submitted by Taylor Wimpey, Manchester. The judges were impressed with the complete transformation of this derelict former colliery site into an attractive new community where people want to live. The site has required extensive remediation, and its development has required a long-term commitment from all the partners involved. In addition, the judges were also impressed by another scheme and have decided to give a commendation for excellence in regeneration to Pall Mall, Liverpool. This was submitted by WSP. This project is the coming together of the private and public sector to finally deliver development on a site decades after the opportunity was first identified. The judges considered that the Pall Mall scheme was a good example of the use of a hybrid application to bring together a scheme for Liverpool's first Grade A city centre office space for more than 10 years, along with a hotel and new landscape public realm. Fourth award today is the RTPI North West Excellence in Spatial Planning and Plan Making Award, and the winner is Preston City Living Strategy. This was submitted by Preston City Council and Hiveland and Planning. Preston City Council, in partnership with Hiveland and Planning, have been working to deliver City Living Strategy, a new model for delivering the vision and policies of the adopted local plan. It was recognised that a proactive approach was required to de-risk residential brownfield sites in Inner Preston to attract private investment. Indeed, the judges were impressed by the innovative and forward-thinking approach which Preston City Council, alongside Hiveland and Planning, have taken to spatial planning through the Preston City Living Strategy. The judges were greatly impressed by the results which have been achieved in re-energising the housing market within Preston city centre. Through targeted intervention techniques, the strategy has secured new sources of funding and is assisting multiple sites to come forward. The results achieved have led to significant increase in residential completions within the city. And now we have a short interlude where we will hear from our sponsors, WYG. Our fifth award today is the RTPI North West Local Planning Authority Planning Team of the Year. This award will go to a team which has been able to demonstrate how they have been outstanding over the past 12 months. And the winner is Bury Council. The judges considered that Bury Council's development management team have placed the customer at the heart of the delivery of the service and have introduced improvements and innovations to support this. The judges were extremely impressed with Bury's development management service overall, in its constant drive for improvements and willingness to introduce innovation and initiatives to quickly and flexibly address the changes and challenges we continually face as planners. Levels of performance are high, the customer is at the heart of the centre of the delivery, and the staff, both planning officers and technical support officers, are motivated and inspired, working together under excellent leadership to provide the best possible service. Our sixth award today is the RTPI North West Young Planner of the Year. 2020 is a year that has provided real challenges to the planning system and to planners, and it is therefore really heartening to see that we have committed young planners doing brilliant work in the North West. This year we had 6 particularly strong entrants for Young Planner of the Year. They were Andy Cowan from Deloitte, Melissa Wilson from Lichfields, Rebecca Dewey from WSP, Natalie Corliss from WSP, Luke Jiggins from WSP and Darren Muir from Pegasus Group. The judges stated that this year was simply outstanding in the range and quality of young people and their work. It gives us real confidence in the future of planning in this region. On all the criteria the judges used, the 6 shortlisted candidates impressed. Their understanding of planning policy and the planning system was excellent. They displayed a good range, quality and variety of recent planning experience and achievements. They all showed tremendous enthusiasm and originality of approach. Their personal and team working skills were excellent. There was fantastic commitment to continuing professional development and involvement with professional institutes like the RTPI, networks, events, outreach and voluntary work. All 6 shortlisted candidates serve as exemplary role models for other young professionals, and we wish them well.
I'm Andy Cowan, a senior planner at Deloitte Real Estate. I first became interested in planning when I moved from Birmingham to Leeds for university. I realised how different the city centres were and began to think about why that was the case. Understanding how cities were planned was central to this, and led to me taking an internship at Birmingham City Council's Planning Department and on the path to where I am today. As a result, I am passionate about planning because of the positive impact our profession can have on the built environment. I am fortunate enough to have worked on a number of transformational projects during my career to date, which have demonstrably changed places for the better.
My name's Melissa Wilson. I'm a senior planner at Lichfields, and I've been a planner and landscape architect for the past almost 10 years now. What keeps me passionate about planning and what is really important to me is to work in a profession that positively shapes the environment that we live and work in. Now more than ever, planning's at the forefront of responding to change, be that the climate emergency, or driving change through the planning white paper and making a real positive impact on the spaces around us. And that's what keeps it interesting, and it's what keeps me coming into work every day.
I chose planning as a career as I could see it was a way in which I could help people and also shape and influence the world in which we live. Planning is quite unique in that we touch people's lives at different stages, from the hospital where we're born through to the retirement home where we see out the end of our days. And with all that influence comes a sense of responsibility and duty, and we have to get it right in terms of balancing what's right for the environment through to thinking about future generations. It's an exciting job, and that's why I'm passionate about planning.
I'm passionate about planning because it gives you an opportunity to directly shape the world around you in a positive way, particularly in the face of future challenges such as climate change and COVID. I think working in planning allows you to constantly develop your knowledge. I enjoy learning and helping others understand the planning system. And something new for me this year was being involved in the virtual hearings for an examination in public, which shows how planning can adapt to changing circumstances.
Hi, I'm Luke Jiggins. I'm a town planner at WSP in Manchester, and I'm passionate about planning for one reason, and that's change. The ability to change the environment around us, protecting our natural assets whilst delivering sustainable development into the future. My personal interests lie in biodiversity net gain and planning's ability to protect and enhance the flora and fauna of the North West, and promoting the importance of biodiversity in creating successful and sustainable communities.
Hi, I'm Darren Muir. I'm a principal planner for Pegasus Group in Liverpool. It's difficult to explain why I'm passionate about planning without it sounding really cheesy. But the planning system is about so much more than just deciding where new buildings go and where people live and work. It's the best tool we have for tackling the housing crisis, the economic crisis, and the climate crisis. Used effectively, the planning system can tackle wealth inequality, poverty and deprivation, and discrimination of all kinds. We have the opportunity to make the world a better place for future generations, and I can't imagine spending my career doing anything else.
The winner of the RTPI North West Award for the Young Planner of the Year is Rebecca Dewey from WSP. What impressed the judges was the breadth and range of Becky's experience and what she has achieved in a relatively short time. Becky's commitment to planning is obvious. She is involved in RTPI work, sitting on the RTPI Finance Committee and the Board of Trustees, both the nations and regions, and she is currently working with the legal chambers on a handbook on planning policy set to be published in 2021. These achievements and the experience Becky has gained would complement the CV of any planner. It was really impressive that she has done all of this while still being eligible for the Young Planner Award.
Congratulations to Rebecca Dewey, our RTPI North West Young Planner of the Year. And I am really pleased to be able to confirm that Rebecca will now go directly forward to the shortlist for the National RTPI Young Planner of the Year for 2021. And now hand back over to Killian to announce this year's overall winner.
And now for the big finale. The overall winner of the RTPI North West Awards for 2020. It might come as little surprise, given that they have won not one, but two of the categories today. The overall winner of the RTPI is the Pennington Wharf scheme by Taylor Wimpey, Manchester. The judges felt that the Pennington Wharf development had successfully achieved the original vision to create a vibrant and inclusive new community on this derelict site. The developer has worked closely with its partners over several years to bring forward this high-quality, well-designed and popular housing development alongside the Leeds-Liverpool Canal. They felt the scheme demonstrated a very high standard of design and recognised the sustainable methods of construction used across the scheme. The judges considered that the new community hub and central space within the development provide a fantastic new facility and focal point for residents, while positive community engagement has been a strong feature of the scheme throughout the development process.
Thanks, Gillian. Congratulations to Taylor Wimpey and their Pennington Wharf scheme. I'm really pleased to be able to confirm that this scheme will now go directly forward to the shortlist for the National RTPI Awards in 2021. And now a few final words from our sponsor, WYG, before I bring the event to a close.
Hello again. I'd just like to say a big congratulations to all of our winners today and to all those who put forward nominations and contributed to the success of the awards. It's been excellent to be able to acknowledge some of the exceptional work that's being done. We'll be looking forward to sponsoring the awards again next year. So on behalf of everyone at WYG and Tetra Tech, the best of luck to all of our Northwest winners in the National Awards.
Congratulations to all of our winners, and I'm sure you will join me in wishing good luck to Rebecca Dewey, the Young Planner of the Year, and Pennington Wharf, submitted by Taylor Wimpey, as they go forward to the National Awards in 2021. More information on all of today's finalists is now available on the RTPI North West website, where there are case studies for you to read more about each of these standout projects. Thank you again to all of our judges for the time they've given to the awards, and also to our sponsor, WYG. Thank you to Gillian for brilliantly guiding us through the awards ceremony, and thank you to all the people behind the scenes who've helped make this event a reality. If you are interested in being involved with the regional awards next year as either an entry, judge or sponsor, please contact northwest@rtpi.org.uk. So, congratulations again to all of our winners, and thank you for joining us for the RTPI North West Awards for Planning Excellence.